I am the magistrate in districts, what they call Division 3. We have 5 divisions now. We're down to 6. We're expanded to 6 divisions. Our biggest challenge right now is the cuts that we are having on the budget. I just last week wrote a letter to the governor, the lieutenant governor, the Chief Justice Charles Daniels, regarding our cutbacks and asking them not to close the Anthony Court. I am the judge on the Anthony Court. I go, we had a staff of 5, we're reduced to 2 people now. We serve the Southern District, which is about a 50,000 population. I go all day Tuesday, Wednesday mornings, and Thursday mornings. It's called a satellite court. We have one in Hatch too. There's a few satellite courts throughout the state, but my concern is that the Anthony Court is such a large court and we serve so many people. I do 6,000 cases a year in Anthony alone, which means that we are servicing a lot of people. And I've asked the governor to please not close our Anthony Court because of all the people that will not be able to go to court, and we'll just end up with more bench warrants. We cover Sunland Park, Santa Teresa, Chaparral, a lot of people from El Paso. Also the truck drivers that get cited by the Motor Transportation Division. I do a lot of those, a lot of trucker. We do La Union, La Mesa, all of Anthony, Canutillo. It's a very, very large court. We generate between 50 and 53,000 a month alone in the
50 and 53,000
dollars a month in that court.
Through fines and levies and that
yes,
kind of
sir.
thing? Yeah.
It's all there in my letter. I also, that I sent to the governor, I also work in this court, so I do a total of about 11,000 cases a year, myself. So that's one of our big challenges right now that's going on. Another one, I have tried in the past to put a much-needed group together, a mediation system. I started this 4 years ago, and I had a pool of about 30 people through my contacting them, my going out to the press, to the radio, to get people to come to become mediators. You won't believe the quality and type of people that applied. I still have all their letters. Some of them were retired lawyers, retired mediators. They all wanted to participate. The problem was that the AOC told me that they would have to hire a mediator to train them. And they kept me on the string for several months. And I keep writing to these people to saying we're still going to try and work out this mediation court because we do civil court. And that's a much needed system in the court system of mediation. It just solves a lot of cases before they even go into the courtroom. We were not able to do it. I'm still going to try. That's one of my challenges right now is to try and do the mediation court.
Well, I think the biggest challenge they have is the amount of court cases each of the magistrate judges are given each day. And I know most of the magistrate judges there, and I hear what the workload is, how many cases. Today, when Gilry's response was that he had 80 cases piled on his desk for one day, that kind of tells you something, that there's a real serious workload within the magistrate, and that's probably one of the reasons why they gave the 6th magistrate judge to come on board in January. I'm totally prepared to go to work there because I know the workload, and I'm not afraid to go to work and delve into it. I've been teaching at the university for the last 6 years. It's my 7th year. I teach criminal justice, law enforcement, and supervision and management. And I feel that I really have a very extensive background in the law. I've taught criminal law, criminal procedures. I know what the intent of the law, what the letter of the law is, case decisions. I've been probably evaluated 400 to 500 case decisions while I'm over at the college, because I require my students to research those decisions for us. And so the court itself, I feel very, very confident that I will do an excellent job if elected to that position. Well, number one, I have a very diverse background, and I'm a people's person. I have good public relations. You got to treat people with respect and dignity. And that's one of my strong attributes. One of the other things that I feel that we have to do to the people is explain to them exactly and treat them equally. There's a written law, and then there's the intent of the law, and you have to distinguish between those two. Also, I really feel very strongly with officers. I was a police officer for 14 years in California with 3 different police departments, and officers make mistakes as well. And so there's good and bad probable cause, and you've got to distinguish between those two. And I think that I have that capability to distinguish between those two. If it's bad probable cause, I'm not going to be in favor with the officer. If it's good probable cause, I'm going to see that. My slogan is firm but fair. I'm a fair person, but I can be firm at the same time. And that's one of the things that I can bring to the magistrate court. I've got a background in business, management. I've got education behind me, and I've got about 25 years of background in management and education. I've been 16 years teaching at the college in law enforcement. So I'm very familiar with the criminal law, the intent of the law, and letter of the law. There's a big difference, and you have to interpret that and treat people fairly, and that's my goal.
When elected, I will continue to rule impartially from the bench of the People's Court. I really emphasize the People's Court, as I have for the past 17 years. First as a probate judge, and then the last 5 years as a magistrate judge. I will strive to maintain a strong professional demeanor, work with my colleagues and staff in a spirit of efficient teamwork. Listen carefully to all sides of an issue and use my training and experience to make high-quality decisions affecting people's lives and the public interests. If funding permits, I will continue to work toward establishing a mediation system for civil cases, something people want and the court needs. We do a lot of civil cases, and as I mentioned before, a mediation group would certainly alleviate a lot of the cases that come to our court if they go to mediation first. It will take a lot of workload off of us, because right now we are just stretched. As you know, one of the judges wasn't here for 3 months out of this year, so we are having to double up. And right now with 4 judges working, it's been very, very tough. I have a lot of training. I went to the Judicial College in Nevada, and we get weeks training every year. Now we are being trained by the Judicial College. When I was probate judge, I was the chairman of the Probate Judges Association, and we trained the probate judges at that time, and I worked very closely with the Association of Counties and the Administrative Office of the Courts to do the training for these probate judges. I did that for a long time. I was appointed by the governor, and then I was elected to this position. I feel I'm very strongly qualified for this position. I am the only woman that is serving right now on the magistrate court. I think it brings a balance to the community and to the court. I am also a lifelong resident of Doñana County. I know the people. I speak Spanish fluently. I know the community, and I know what what these people need as far as help in the court, in the people's court. And I will emphasize the people's court because it really is a people's court. Well, I have to tell you, knowing the language helps a lot. I deal with a lot of Spanish speakers. We do have interpreters in court, but knowing the community, knowing the people here in the community, I think that is an extreme strong, how do I want to say, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I am a lifelong resident. I grew up right in Doñana County. I grew up on one block off of Main Street. I was born in my home where the First Community Bank is now. And I even practiced, we had our civil court there. So I used to tell people I was born right here. And so I know the community, I know the people, I know the outlying community, I know New Mexico, and I know what the people need. And I try to be very fair and very impartial.
I've been here for 8 years, and I've been very involved in the community. I'm very community orientated. I've worked out at the J. Paul Taylor Center with juveniles. I taught out there. I've taught at the Las Cruces Public School as a substitute instructor. I've been involved with the car clubs, donating money to the various organizations, the high schools and the Boys and Girls Club. Very actively involved since I've been here. I was on the Labor Management Board for the county. I was appointed to that since I've been here. So I'm very community orientated, and I enjoy working with people in the community. I know a lot of people in this town, and even though I've been here only here 8 years, I know more people in 8 years than I did when I was in California for 25 years. And so I really believe that you have to be involved in the community and let people know how you're going to react to, you know, to this position. And my position is that I'm going to be fair and firm. I want the people to understand that I'm going to treat them with respect and dignity. Every person that comes in front of me, it doesn't matter what color skin you have, I am going to treat you with respect. And that's one of my key points. And I've got the experience, I've got the background, I've got the education, I've got the knowledge when it comes to the criminal law, the criminal procedures and case decisions. I feel very confident that I would do an outstanding job as a magistrate judge.